and welcome to Rockstar Music Central. My name is Anna Carvita, and I'm here today to talk to you about the violin. In this video, I'll be talking about the violin as a creative instrument, and we'll be discussing some of my approaches to the violin, as well as going over some of the rules that the violin plays in various ensembles, in band settings, and hopefully when you leave this video, you'll be feeling a little bit inspired and will have a better idea if the violin is a match for you. So you want to play in a band. You're a violin player. So what rule or where do you fit into the mix? Here we have a couple of rules that we want to follow to start with. And the main one is that we don't want to be competing with the melody line that the vocalist sings, particularly because the violin is we're always going to want to go towards the melody. We kind of need to step back and make sure that we're playing a supporting role to the vocalist. So this can just mean playing in a lower register. It can mean digging into our toolbox and a toolbox of musical chops and some creative ideas, try out some motifs, which are basically short musical phrases or short musical ideas, and do that in a way that it's kind of like jumping rope. You just kind of want to jump in the right spot. And so you can either have like a lead line that cuts through the mid register, or you can just have a simple drone, which means just a long sustained note. What are some other things that I can think of right now? Sometimes pizzicato can really cut through and just add a nice little kind of pop of color, and that's just plucking the string. But yeah, the main thing is just getting out of the vocalist's way, kind of laying low in the verses, coming up in the bridge and the chorus, and just kind of learning to test out some of your ideas, see what works. Especially at a beginning stage, there is plenty of opportunity for you to make mistakes, to try things out. And of course, many of the songs that you may be playing already have violin in there that you can listen to a record and spot the violin in there and just imitate or emulate what it is that they are doing. And this is a really good way to learn what works. Ultimately, playing in a band should be fun. Learning from other musicians and other instruments is one of the best ways to expand your own vocabulary in playing the violin. Sometimes I like to look at the violin as paintbrush and canvas, or crayon and paper. And by this I mean that the violin is essentially a wood box. That being said, a rather fragile one, and one that you do have to take care of. But the violin has the ability to create a lot of colors and a lot of different textures. And the bow is no exception. The bow is basically your crayon or your paintbrush. Basically what you draw out of the violin and what you coax out of it. And in this way, you can really create your own picture, your own story, or you can learn how to interpret another's. Now, the violin plays very well with its own stringed instrument family, such as the viola, other violins, the cello, and the double bass. All of these instruments blend very well together, and the music that you hear, whether it be a symphony in a symphony orchestra, a string ensemble, or even just a duet, these sounds will complement each other very well, and it'll come quite naturally to you to kind of have that musical conversation with other stringed instruments. Please remember that it takes time to figure out what music you like, what songs you want to play, what mode of expression is best for you on the violin, and just allow yourself to explore and discover different styles. And hopefully with the support of your teacher, you will be able to do just this. In the description box below this video, I've left a playlist, a compilation of violin players that I have drawn inspiration from and who I admire. I hope that you're able to check it out. If you're feeling it, please leave a comment in the comment box below and tell me who your favorite violin player is And what inspires you to want to play the violin?